Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for those who are subscribing, those who are supporting this channel. One step at a time. I'm very grateful for your cooperation, for your comments, for everything you have done to make this channel grow to the level it is now. Once again, I hit the screen with intentions to give you a broad spectrum of information and diversified, expectations, diversified content. Anyway, it's all about United Nations making a declaration and conveying a message to United States. We are not going to watch as we invade Venezuela and abduct the sitting president elected by the population of Venezuela to govern them. The message was very clear, and the United Nations stated clearly, you cannot invade a sovereign state. The United Nations Conventional Charter of Freedom and Sovereign Will. It is still standards breaching and breaking international law. But who is in White House? Don't you see how messy the situation is? He takes no orders. He doesn't want to pass through Congress to do intervention. He doesn't want to go through Senate to do intervention. Who are the advisors? Look at the Secretary of State, the Secretary of War. At least Vice President can reason because he is somehow careful. But Secretary of State, Secretary of War, these people, they are ludicrous. They can blatantly go on media and say anything. You can even see the tone in their speeches, the gestures, the body language, and they speak so fast. You understand? There is no protocol, there is no order. These are the people who are messing around the administration. And the mistake they have done in Venezuela, as we speak, United Nations is at war with them. It is at war with them. And as we speak, I'm 100% sure, nobody will condone their actions. We have to call a spade a spade. Destruction of properties, more than 100 people killed, 0 casualties on invaders, breaching of international law, uprooting a sitting president, accusing him of narco-terrorism, making him believe and making the American population believe that he is a narco-terrorist. Evidence, 0. Striking narco trafficking suspected boats allegedly as option instead of capturing the suspected culprits and laying them in court with evidence. Those are fishermen dying in the sea of Caribbean under the disguise of narcotic terrorists. Bottom line, we wanted oil. Oil was so important to us. That's all what we had been advocating for in disguise of fighting narco-terrorism. We don't want anybody from Southern Hemisphere, Western Hemisphere, Northern Hemisphere. It's our territory. Who is colluding with these people? Who is catapulting escalation to this level? We need to be very careful. This is a wake-up call. It is something Senate so and said. We have to tame the military involvement in Venezuela through passing a bill, and it was passed. It is waiting to become a law. But who is going to listen? Are you forgetting who is in power? Are you forgetting who is controlling the mighty military? He does not take orders. He will go ahead and bomb and do what he wants. Can we consider Venezuela the 56th state of United States? Soon, because he said he's going to take the oil, sell it in American oil market, and Venezuelans are going to buy American goods. Wow. And regime that was left in Venezuela must comply and tie and cut ties with socialist states. That's quite interesting. That's another ball for another day to kick. And I would like to say what Senate did is the democratic right. What United Nations did, it is within the mandate of the United Nations Charter. World at large is in crisis. I saw demonstrations in regard to this in different parts of the world, and particularly in Africa. It's only one country that participated in these demonstrations because they have the resources and they have the capacity and they are anti-capitalism. That is South Africa. They went to United States Embassy and protested and protested and shouted and chanted, "Free Maduro, free the will of the people." I have not seen any other African country going to that extent and giving people a chance to express themselves. Why? Because in South Africa, the freedom of expression, it is in their constitution. And it all started with their president. If the president reads to condemn US, who are you to say no? You can be able even to go and print the banners, t-shirts, go to the media and do what you're supposed to do to express your views and what you think should be done. That is exactly what they did. That is exactly what they did. I'm very grateful. I really recommend South Africans for the rest of the world to see a good example set by African people towards what is happening in Latin America and the rest of the world. Kuala Lumpur, Jakarta, Bangladesh, they all applaud to condemn the atrocities committed and done against a sovereign will of the people in Venezuela. We will keep on watching and practicing democracy and fighting for the justice. I'm waiting to see my country, Kenya, going on the media and condemning the act of the United States, of which is an ally. I doubt they can do that. So, they condone abductions and invasion. I'm not yet to see there. This fear of lack of self-expression has to come to an end. And the reason why it has come to an end is because you have to be a good global citizen to advocate for justice and purification and exercise your democracy freely at your will without infringing on other people's constitutions and rights. Have a good day. Enjoy.